Buying fractional shares is how I'm able to own the best companies. If you've been here before, you know the journey I've been on. For example, investing $10 daily into VTI for over 3 years straight. Just in January of 2026, I decided to pause that and give some more focus to growth ETFs, as well as individual stocks in my portfolio, like SMH. Here's a quick look at VTI and SMH on this chart. This is on the 5-year, and you can see the VanEck Semiconductor ETF is up 230%, while VTI is up about 57%. I already have that stability, those steady quarterly dividends, and exposure to the total US stock market through VTI. Now I'm incorporating investments like this for additional growth. I'm Lisa J. Stocks. Welcome to my channel, where I'm on track to build wealth one day at a time. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Tune in on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my live stream. And now back to dollar cost averaging, buying fractional shares. Before we go back to those two ETFs that I mentioned, let's talk about NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is the AI king and continues to dominate when it comes to those AI chips. The demand is exploding. It's needed across so many industries: healthcare, robotics, cloud, EVs. This is a company that I wanted more exposure to in my portfolio. So in one of those challenges, there's been many of them over the years since 2022, over at KGU, Keenan Grace's Discord, I decided to make this my commitment. At that time, I had 18 shares of NVIDIA in my portfolio, and we were entering into a sector sweep challenge, which was 11 weeks long, tying to the 11 sectors that there are. And so over those 11 weeks, I added about 2.9 shares to my portfolio, getting me closer to 21 shares. As of today, that position that I worked on now has 21.3 shares. I'm up 35.48%, and I have an average cost of $129.45. NVIDIA is a company that had a share split back in 2024. So one that I definitely had to not ever be concerned about the share price and just add this quality company to my portfolio, because at one point it was over $1,000 when I was building up my position. But this is the power of being able to buy fractional shares. I can buy $10, $5, whatever amount I want, and just be focused on building up my position little by little. Next, another position that I added on by staying committed to a challenge and kept going after that 10-week stretch is Microsoft. When I got started with this particular challenge stretch, I had 2 shares in my portfolio, and at the end of those 10 weeks, I was able to add 1 share. It was a little over 3 shares in my portfolio. Microsoft has pulled back significantly. They've been focusing on investing into themselves with high AI spending. But even though the stock price has dropped, Microsoft's AI strategy, especially when it comes to Copilot and Azure, is still one of the strongest in the entire tech sector. So I'm not panicked. I'm actually still building on this position and staying consistent. As of today, I have 6.4 shares of Microsoft in my portfolio, and I am down about 14%. But I'm staying focused on the future. Analysts are giving it a price target of about $592. Which would be about a 59% upside from the current stock price of about $370. And here are a few very recent analyst ratings: UBS, $510, Citi at $635, and Bank of America at $500. So I'm going to keep on building based on the fundamentals and keeping focused on the future growth. Now, all of these challenges, as I mentioned, I didn't do them alone. I was part of a community, being held accountable every single day to stay on track to build up to my goals. And VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, was the longest stretch that I've ever done this. dollar cost averaging. I did $10 a day for a little over 3 years into this position because I felt that I was getting too heavily weighted into all those individual stocks, the Apple and Tesla, Meta, other things. So I wanted to work on my foundation. This process taught me discipline and patience. And even though I paused building into this position, I didn't sell. I just shifted my focus into those higher growth opportunities right now. But this gives me the stability that I wanted. I know that my portfolio will never collapse. I'm staying patient and I'm staying disciplined on those positions that I'm currently in the red on, giving them time to grow and become profitable. But this diversification protects me. Here's a look at VTI position that was built 100% $10 at a time. I have 35.5 shares. The portfolio value is 11,500. I'm currently up about 29%. And I have an average cost of $250.40. The market is down, but like I said, always staying patient. This is a buy and hold investment for me for the long term. Those are just a few examples of the way that I've been able to build up my portfolio using small amounts. Joining those challenges, which soon turned into a habit, just a part of my daily routine. And just to mention, one more challenge that also helped me to build up my portfolio was the passive income challenge, where I focus on companies like Main Street Capital. The last company we're looking at today is SMH, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF. Unlike VTI, which is a broad market ETF, this one is sector specific, giving me exposure to semiconductor companies. It's focused, and this is an intentional pick that fits well into this next chapter that I'm focused on. So you can think about this ETF like this. Everything runs on chips related to AI, these cloud servers, smartphones, EVs, robotics, data centers, and SMH gives you exposure to it all. It has an expense ratio of 0.35%, a little bit higher than other ETFs, but I'm okay with that because of the potential growth. Here's a look at some of the top holdings, allowing me to have exposure to all of these different companies and not have to figure out which one is the next winner. These companies are going to cover design, manufacturing, basically the whole supply chain. So the heaviest weighting is into NVIDIA, followed by Taiwan Semi, Broadcom, ASML, and Lam Research. And here's a look at my SMH position. I've been investing into it now for a little over 9 weeks and just got to 1 share in my portfolio. Staying committed to my $10 daily, just one small milestone, but it represents something much bigger. That being consistent and disciplined, even with small amounts, really can add up. And you see that through the position that I built into VTI. So this is really what I want to share. The assets are changing, but the method isn't. I'm still dollar cost averaging, building on a daily basis, doing my research, taking the emotion out of it, just holding for the long term, building slowly with intention. And it didn't happen overnight. I've been at this for years now. I've been building in my retirement accounts like my Roth IRA, as well as my 401k, but I have goals outside of that 59 and a half age. So I build into my taxable accounts also. I've done these challenges in both places, retirement and in my taxable accounts. But I definitely want to encourage you to strive to invest at least 15% for yourself for the future, to take care of your older self between your contribution as well as your employer's. And then from there, incorporate other goals like early retirement or any other goals that you have. My 1 share of SMH is just the start. I can keep on going and build it into a much more meaningful position. I'm just here documenting everything that I'm doing step by step and sharing my journey with you. 1 share of SMH, 21 shares of NVIDIA, 6 shares of Microsoft, 35 shares of VTI. We're all built by being consistent with small amounts. Don't be held back. Don't think you have to wait. You can build wealth. Get started today. Don't wait for some huge amount of money. Don't time the market. Just get started and be consistent. Make sure to leave me some comments. Let me know what milestones you've hit by investing small amounts consistently when it comes to your portfolio. Do you have dollar or share size goals? Make sure to check out my referral links in the description for the MooMoo Investing app. Click on that link, fund your account. You'll get free NVIDIA stock, 8.1 APY on your cash for the first 3 months, and other great benefits. There are also links for KGU, Keenan Grace's Discord, as well as my channel membership here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave me some comments. Okay, bye.